In 2024, Elon Musk projected that within 20 years, work could become optional as machines assume nearly all productive tasks, a vision alternately described as utopian liberation or dystopian obsolescence, Peskin. 2024. Such predictions echo centuries of technological anxiety. From the Luddites' resistance to mechanized looms to mid-20th century fears that automation would create mass unemployment, Author. 2015. Yet historical precedent offers mixed guidance, while previous waves of mechanization destroyed specific occupations. They also generated new categories of work and raised aggregate living standards. Albeit with significant transition costs and distributional conflicts, Acemoglu and Restrepo. 2020. The current AI revolution differs in scope and speed. Machine learning systems now perform tasks previously thought to require uniquely human capabilities, language comprehension, image recognition, strategic reasoning, raising questions about whether this time truly is different, Brynjolfsson and McAfee. 2014. Early evidence suggests a polarization pattern. AI excels at routine cognitive tasks that occupy the middle of the skill distribution while struggling with either highly abstract creative work or embodied interpersonal services, Author et al. 2003. This creates what labor economists call labor market hollowing, where middle-skill, middle-wage jobs shrink while both high and low-skill employment persists or grows. The practical stakes extend beyond economics. If millions of workers face structural displacement without viable alternative employment, the consequences ripple through mental health, community cohesion, political stability, and individual identity. Case and Deaton. 2020. Organizations confront strategic choices about whether to pursue full automation, human-AI collaboration, or selective preservation of human roles. Policymakers must anticipate whether existing social insurance mechanisms can accommodate a potential stipend class of economically marginal citizens, and whether such an outcome is politically or culturally sustainable, particularly in societies historically organized around employment-based identity and security. Standing. 2011. This article examines the empirical landscape of AI-driven job displacement, analyzes organizational and individual consequences, and evaluates evidence-based responses that might prevent the dystopian bifurcation scenario while harnessing AI's productive potential. The AI displacement landscape defining automation exposure. In the AI era, automation exposure refers to the technical feasibility and economic viability of substituting machine systems for human labor in specific tasks or occupations. Fry and Osborne. 2017. Unlike previous automation waves focused on physical tasks, industrial robotics, or simple information processing, spreadsheet software, AI systems demonstrate capabilities across perception, language, prediction, and optimization, expanding the frontier of automatable work into domains long considered automation-resistant. Brynjolfsson et al. 2018. Critical distinctions clarify the concept. Task automation differs from occupation automation. Most jobs comprise bundles of tasks, only some of which may be automatable. Author and Doran. 2013. An occupation becomes fully automated only when machines can perform all constituent tasks at lower cost and acceptable quality. Technical feasibility diverges from economic viability even when technology can perform a task. Factors like capital costs, regulatory barriers, customer preferences, and integration challenges may prevent adoption. Miro et al. 2019. Augmentation differs from replacement. AI may enhance rather than substitute for human workers, raising productivity without reducing headcount, though redistributing tasks and changing skill requirements. Acemoglu and Restrepo. 2019. Occupational exposure varies dramatically by task composition. Jobs heavy in routine cognitive tasks, data entry, basic financial analysis. Standard document preparation, face high displacement risk, Arntz et al. 2016. Those requiring non-routine physical manipulation in unstructured environments, plumbing, eldercare, construction, remain difficult and expensive to automate despite technical progress, Author. 2015. Positions demanding complex social interaction, ethical judgment, or creative synthesis exhibit lower technical substitutability. Though AI may still transform how humans perform these roles, Deming. 2017. State of practice, adoption patterns and workforce impacts. Empirical data on AI adoption reveals significant heterogeneity across industries and firm types. A 2023 survey by the Census Bureau found that only 3.8% of U.S. businesses reported using AI in production processes, with higher rates in information, 13.7%, and professional services, 10.9%, sectors, U.S. Census Bureau, 2023. However, adoption accelerated sharply following the release of large language models in late 2022. With knowledge workers reporting rapid integration of AI tools into daily workflows, Ilaundu et al. 2023. Labor market impacts have begun materializing in specific occupations. Content moderation, customer service, and basic software testing have experienced measurable employment declines or wage pressure as firms deploy AI alternatives, Asimoglu et al. 2022. Conversely, roles in AI system training, monitoring, and integration have expanded, though not at scales sufficient to absorb displaced workers, Author et al. 2022. The net employment effect remains contested, with estimates ranging from modest job gains through productivity-driven growth to significant job losses concentrated among routine cognitive workers. Lane and St. Martin. 2021. Research consistently identifies a hollowing pattern. Between 2000 and 2020, employment growth concentrated in high-wage professional roles and low-wage service positions, while middle-skill clerical, administrative, and production jobs contracted. Author. 2019. AI adoption appears to accelerate rather than reverse this trend. Ilaundu and colleagues, 2023, estimate that 80% of the U.S. workforce has at least 10% of their tasks exposed to automation by large language models, with higher exposure among educated professionals, suggesting AI may erode the returns to routine cognitive skills that previously supported middle-class employment. Industry-specific patterns emerge. Financial services firms have automated significant back-office functions while expanding roles in relationship management and complex advisory services. Philippon. 2019. Healthcare shows divergent trends. Administrative and diagnostic support roles face displacement while hands-on clinical care and complex case management remain human-intensive. Topol. 2019. Legal services document review and basic research have shifted toward AI platforms, concentrating demand on higher-level strategy and client interaction. Remus and Levi. 2017. Cross-national comparisons reveal institutional variation. Countries with stronger labor protections and social dialogue mechanisms show slower adoption but more managed transitions, while liberal market economies exhibit faster displacement but also faster creation of new work categories. Arntz et al. 2016. This suggests policy and institutional context significantly shapes automation's distributional consequences beyond pure technical capabilities. Human essential domains and resistance points despite AI's expanding capabilities. Specific domains exhibit persistent human preference or structural resistance to automation. Survey evidence identifies clear boundaries. 80% of respondents in a 2024 study stated healthcare providers and judges should remain exclusively human, with similar majorities for teachers, therapists, and political leaders. Peskin. 2024. This human essential designation reflects multiple factors beyond technical capability. Trust and accountability concerns dominate in high-stakes decisions. When outcomes profoundly affect individual lives, medical diagnoses, criminal sentencing, child welfare determinations, people demand identifiable human responsibility. Binns et al. 2018. AI systems' opacity and absence of moral agency create accountability gaps when algorithms err. No individual bears clear responsibility, violating expectations of justice. Laris et al. 2018. Organizations deploying AI in sensitive domains face reputational and legal risks that often outweigh efficiency gains. Relational value preserves human roles in care, education, and personal services. Patients value empathy and emotional recognition from caregivers. Students benefit from teachers who adapt to individual learning styles and provide mentorship. Darling-Hammond et al. 2019. These relational dimensions prove difficult to replicate algorithmically and may constitute intrinsic rather than instrumental value. People want human interaction regardless of whether machines could technically deliver similar functional outcomes. Shainer and Zalneriet. 2023. Embodied and unstructured work remains economically resistant to automation despite technical progress. Plumbing, electrical work, elder care, and construction require physical dexterity in unpredictable environments. Real-time problem-solving with incomplete information. And adaptability to novel situations. Author, 2015. While robotics advances continue, the capital costs and integration challenges of deploying robots for such tasks exceed the cost of human labor in most contexts. Particularly given modest wages in these occupations. Manica et al. 2017. Cultural and experimental consumption generates demand for human performance. Live sports, theater, music, and culinary arts derive value partly from human achievement and presence. Audiences pay to witness human skill, not just outputs. Author, 2019. This performance value may expand as automation frees resources for discretionary consumption, potentially creating employment in creative and experimental sectors. Baumel and Bowen. 1966. Organizational and individual consequences of AI-driven displacement. Organizational performance impacts. Firms adopting AI report significant productivity gains in specific functions, though evidence on aggregate productivity effects remains mixed. A study of customer service operations found that AI assistants increased worker productivity by 14% on average, with larger gains, 35%, for novice workers, suggesting AI can flatten skill gradients and reduce training costs. Brynjolfsson et al. 2023. Professional services firms using AI for document analysis report 30 to 50% reductions in time spent on routine research tasks, enabling reallocation toward higher-value client interaction. Remus and Levi. 2017. However, these micro-level productivity gains have not yet translated into measurable aggregate productivity growth, the productivity paradox that characterized earlier information technology waves. Brynjolfsson et al. 2018. Explanations include measurement challenges, implementation lags, and the need for complementary organizational restructuring before productivity materializes. Bresnahan et al. 2002. Historical evidence suggests significant productivity effects may emerge only after firms redesign workflows, roles, and management systems around new technologies, a process requiring years or decades. David. 1990. Organizations face strategic trade-offs between cost reduction and capability development. Firms pursuing aggressive automation to reduce headcount may sacrifice institutional knowledge, degrade customer relationships, and lose adaptive capacity when automation systems fail or market conditions shift. Zuboff. 1988. Those investing in human-AI collaboration, pairing human judgment with machine processing, may preserve organizational resilience and innovation capacity while still capturing efficiency gains. Davenport and Kirby. 2016. Implementation challenges include workforce resistance, integration costs, and skill gaps. Employees fearful of displacement may resist new systems, undermining adoption. Kellogg et al. 2020. Integrating AI into legacy IT infrastructure and business processes often proves more expensive and time-consuming than anticipated. Ransbotham et al. 2020. Firms struggle to hire or develop talent capable of managing AI systems, creating bottlenecks that limit deployment. Manica et al. 2018. Individual well-being and stakeholder impacts. Workers facing automation threats experience measurable psychological and economic stress even before displacement occurs. Christensen and Legrade, 2020, found that perceived automation risk correlates with increased anxiety, reduced job satisfaction, and lower organizational commitment, impairing current performance and accelerating voluntary turnover. This anticipatory displacement imposes costs on both workers and firms independent of actual job loss. Actual displacement generates severe individual consequences, particularly for mid-career workers in routine occupations. Displaced workers face average earnings losses of 20 to 30% even after re-employment, with losses persisting for decades. Davis and von Wachter. 2011. Non-economic impacts include elevated depression and anxiety rates, increased substance abuse, family instability, and excess mortality. Case and Deaton. 2020. These effects stem not only from income loss but from status loss, identity disruption, and reduced sense of agency. Blustein. 2008. Demographic patterns in displacement create distributional tensions. Middle-skill workers, historically the backbone of middle-class stability, face disproportionate exposure. Orta and Doran. 2013. Workers in their 40s and 50s, with substantial tenure in narrowing occupations, find retraining and career transitions particularly difficult. Kambaroff and Manofsky. 2009. Geographic concentration of at-risk occupations in particular regions threatens community-wide economic collapse, as seen in manufacturing decline. Orta et al. 2020. The prospect of a stipend class, citizens receiving transfer income without employment, raises profound questions about identity and meaning. Cross-cultural research reveals work provides not only income but social connection, temporal structure, collective purpose, and self-worth. Zesnowski et al. 1997. Universal basic income experiments show mixed well-being effects. Some recipients report reduced stress and increased life satisfaction, while others experience boredom, social isolation, and reduced sense of contribution. Jones and Marinescu. 2022. The critical variable appears to be whether individuals can construct meaningful activities and identities outside employment, a capacity that varies significantly across individuals and cultures. Baumeister and Vose. 2002. Customer and citizen impacts depend on how organizations balance automation with human touch. Healthcare systems automating administrative functions while preserving clinician time can improve patient experience. Those reducing clinician availability to achieve cost savings degrade care quality and satisfaction. Vegees. 2018. Educational institutions replacing teachers with AI tutoring risk losing mentorship and social-emotional development that occurs through human relationships. Darling-Hammond et al. 2019. Justice systems deploying algorithmic risk assessment raise concerns about fairness. transparency, and due process when human judgment is displaced, brokers and selbst. 2016. Evidence-based organizational responses strategic augmentation over full automation rather than pursuing wholesale automation. Leading organizations increasingly adopt hybrid models that pair human judgment with AI capabilities. Leveraging complementary strengths. This augmentation strategy preserves institutional knowledge, maintains adaptive capacity, and addresses customer preferences for human interaction while capturing efficiency gains. Research demonstrates augmentation's superiority in knowledge-intensive contexts. Brynjolfsson and colleagues, 2023, found customer service representatives using AI assistants achieved better outcomes than either humans or AI alone. AI provided rapid access to information and suggested responses, while humans exercised judgment about tone, customer-specific context, and complex problem-solving. This division of labor between machine processing and human judgment produced higher customer satisfaction and faster issue resolution than full automation attempts. Financial services firms illustrate effective augmentation. JP Morgan Chase deployed AI for contract analysis, reducing 360,000 hours of annual attorney time to seconds, but retained lawyers for complex interpretation, negotiation strategy, and client relationship management. Sun. 2017. This preserved high-value advisory services while eliminating routine document review, enabling the firm to redeploy rather than eliminate legal talent. Healthcare organizations demonstrate augmentation in clinical settings. The Mayo Clinic uses AI to analyze imaging scans and flag potential abnormalities. But radiologists review all findings and make final determinations. Integrating AI insights with patient history, clinical presentation, and judgment about appropriate next steps. Topol, 2019. This hybrid approach improves diagnostic accuracy beyond either AI or physicians alone while maintaining physician accountability and patient relationships. Manufacturing firms apply augmentation in quality control and maintenance. Siemens combines computer vision systems with human inspectors. AI conducts initial screening for defects, flagging suspicious items for detailed human examination. Porter and Heppelmann. 2015. This reduces inspector fatigue from examining countless normal items while preserving human judgment for ambiguous cases, improving both accuracy and efficiency. Professional services firms augment analytical capabilities. McKinsey & Company provides consultants with AI tools for market analysis, data visualization, and document synthesis, but emphasizes that strategic recommendations, client communication, and implementation planning remain human-led. Chue et al. 2018. This enables faster project delivery while maintaining the relationship-based consulting model clients value. Effective augmentation requires intentional work design, clear task division *, explicitly specify which tasks AI handles independently, which require human oversight, and which remain fully human. Avoiding ambiguity about responsibility, human-AI interfaces *, design systems that present AI outputs in formats humans can efficiently evaluate. With appropriate context and uncertainty indicators, override mechanisms enable humans to reject or modify AI recommendations when judgment or context warrants. Preventing automation complacency, continuous learning loops capture instances where humans override AI, using them to improve both algorithms and human-AI division of labor, skill development train workers both in using AI tools and in exercising the judgment that remains uniquely human. Preventing deskilling, workforce involvement include frontline workers in designing augmentation systems, leveraging their task knowledge and building acceptance proactive workforce reskilling and transition support. Organizations anticipating displacement can mitigate social costs and preserve institutional Knowledge through structured reskilling programs that prepare workers for evolving roles. Rather than waiting for displacement, then managing exits. Amazon's Career Choice program illustrates large-scale reskilling. Recognizing automation would eliminate warehouse positions. Amazon pre-funds employee education in high-demand fields, healthcare, IT, transportation, whether or not those fields relate to Amazon's business. Miller. 2021. This acknowledges organizational responsibility for displacement while building regional labor market capacity. The program reports 50,000 participants with 80% completion rates, suggesting carefully designed support can enable successful transitions. AT&T's Workforce 2020 initiative demonstrates incumbent reskilling, facing technological obsolescence of legacy telecommunications roles. AT&T invested over $1 billion retraining 100,000 employees in software development, data analytics, and cybersecurity. Solo et al. 2018. The program combined online education, internal job shadowing, and tuition support, with 70% of participants moving into new roles within AT&T. Critical success factors included transparent communication about threatened roles, voluntary participation that respected worker agency, and credible internal career pathways demonstrating opportunity, not just training. Singapore's Skills Future program offers a national-scale model. The government provides individual training credits for lifelong learning, sector-specific skills frameworks identifying future-relevant competencies, and employer subsidies for releasing workers for training. Tan and Ng. 2020. Early evaluation shows increased training participation across age groups and occupations, though impact on actual career transitions and earnings remains under study. IBM's Skills Build platform exemplifies targeted technical reskilling. The company offers free training in AI, cloud computing, and cybersecurity, combining online learning with mentorship and project-based assessment. IBM. 2022. Unlike traditional credentials, the program focuses on demonstrated competency through portfolios, addressing concerns that degree requirements exclude displaced workers from emerging roles. Outcomes show participants entering tech roles from diverse previous occupations, though selection effects may bias results. Effective reskilling programs share common elements. Early identification. Forecast automation impacts years before displacement, allowing training completion before job loss. Relevant pathways. Connect training to specific roles with demonstrated labor market demand and viable wages. Avoiding generic skills unlikely to lead to employment. Financial support. Cover not just tuition but also income replacement during training, childcare, and other barriers to participation among working adults. Credentialing flexibility. Recognize competency through portfolios, certifications, and work samples rather than requiring traditional degrees that disadvantage adult learners. Mentorship and networks. Provide access to professionals in target fields who can guide transitions, offer informal learning, and facilitate entry. Employer partnerships. Align training with specific hiring needs and secure commitments that trained workers receive genuine consideration, not just generic job posting. Psychological support. Address identity transitions, confidence rebuilding, and coping with occupational loss. Recognizing emotional dimensions of career change. Transparent communication and participatory change management. Organizations implementing automation face choices about communication, transparency, and worker involvement. Research demonstrates that participatory approaches acknowledging change honestly while involving workers in implementation design reduce resistance, preserve institutional knowledge, and maintain productivity during transitions. Lines. 2004. Scandinavian Airlines turnaround demonstrates transparency benefits. Facing bankruptcy, CEO Jan Carlson communicated openly about financial realities. Automation plans and unavoidable workforce reductions, but also created task forces of frontline employees to identify efficiency improvements and redesign customer service processes. Carlson, 1987. This approach generated operational innovations management hadn't considered, built worker buy-in for necessary changes, and preserved customer service quality during restructuring. Employee engagement scores increased despite headcount reductions, and the airline returned to profitability. The alternative, opaque, top-down automation, routinely produces resistance and implementation failure. Kellogg and colleagues, 2020, studied algorithm introduction in hiring, finding that managers subverted systems they hadn't helped design and didn't trust, entering false data to preserve discretion. Only when firms involved hiring managers in defining algorithm objectives, testing outputs, and establishing override protocols did adoption succeed. This illustrates that technical capability alone doesn't ensure implementation. Social acceptance requires participation. Unilever's factory automation effort exemplifies participation. Rather than announcing layoffs, the company formed joint management worker committees to evaluate automation opportunities, assess retraining feasibility, and design gradual transitions. Dyer and Schaefer, 2002. Workers proposed automation approaches that protected safety while accepting headcount reduction through attrition and redeployment. This participatory process reduced union opposition and maintained quality during equipment installation. Government agencies demonstrate transparency's value in public services. When Denmark introduced digital welfare services, officials conducted extensive public consultation about which services could acceptably automate, published detailed decision criteria, and maintained human override options. Henman, 2020. This built public trust and resulted in higher digital service adoption than comparable countries pursuing automation without consultation. Effective communication strategies include honesty about displacement, acknowledge which roles face elimination rather than offering false reassurances, allowing workers to plan transitions, timeline clarity, specify when changes will occur, providing planning horizon and avoiding prolonged uncertainty that impairs current performance, rationale explanation, articulate business necessity rather than presenting automation as arbitrary management choice, addressing the why behind changes, alternative pathways, simultaneously announce retraining opportunities, internal mobility options, or severance support, demonstrating organizational responsibility, two-way dialogue, create forums where workers can voice concerns, ask questions, and propose alternatives, not just receive announcements, regular updates, communicate frequently as implementation proceeds, acknowledging challenges and adjusting plans based on experience rather than maintaining initial announcements regardless of reality. Participatory mechanisms include design committees, involve workers in specifying automation requirements, evaluating vendor options, and testing implementations, pilot programs, deploy automation in limited settings with worker feedback before full rollout, demonstrating willingness to adjust based on experience, joint training, have workers who will use AI tools participate in training vendor staff about work context, building mutual understanding, override protocols, establish clear processes where frontline workers can flag algorithm errors or inappropriate outputs without penalty, impact assessment, jointly evaluate automation effects on workload, quality and satisfaction, using evidence to refine human-AI division of labor, flexible work redesign and job crafting rather than treating jobs as fixed bundles of tasks subjected to automation. Organizations can enable workers to proactively reshape their roles, emphasizing tasks that leverage human capabilities and incorporate AI as a tool. This job crafting approach preserves employment while transforming job content. Reshape and Dutton. 2001. Microsoft's employee-directed AI adoption illustrates flexible redesign. Rather than mandating specific AI tool usage, the company provided access to AI capabilities and encouraged employees to experiment with incorporating AI into workflows they design. Jarahi et al. 2023. Engineers used AI for code review, freeing time for system architecture. Program managers used AI for meeting summarization, enabling focus on stakeholder relationship building. This bottom-up approach generated diverse human-AI collaboration models tailored to specific roles while maintaining employment levels. Hospital systems demonstrate crafting in clinical care. After implementing AI diagnostic support, physicians at Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center redefined their roles to emphasize care coordination, patient education, and complex case management, tasks requiring human judgment and relationships, while delegating routine diagnostic pattern recognition to AI. Bates et al. 2014. This preserved physician employment and job satisfaction while improving diagnostic accuracy and patient throughput. Financial advisory firms enable crafting by junior analysts. Rather than eliminating analyst positions when AI began producing market research reports, firms like BlackRock had analysts curate and synthesize AI outputs, add industry context, identify limitations, and communicate findings to clients. Collier. 2019. This transformed the analyst role from primary research to critical evaluation and communication, leveraging uniquely human capabilities for contextualization and narrative. Insurance companies apply crafting in claims processing. After automating routine claims adjudication, Lemonade Insurance retrained claims adjusters as customer advocates who handle complex cases, investigate fraud, and explain decisions to upset policyholders. Schreiber. 2019. This shifted the role from transaction processing to relationship management and judgment-intensive problem-solving, areas where human capabilities remain superior. Effective job crafting requires organizational support, role flexibility, loosen rigid job descriptions, allowing workers to propose task reallocations based on human vs. AI comparative advantage, experimentation encouragement, provide time and psychological safety for workers to test different human-AI collaboration approaches without penalty for failed experiments. Skill visibility, help workers identify their tacit capabilities, relationship building, creative synthesis, contextual judgment, that may not appear in formal job descriptions but represent human advantages, boundary spanning, enable workers to expand roles across traditional boundaries, e.g. technical specialists adding customer interaction, as automation eliminates routine core tasks. Recognition systems, reward workers who successfully integrate AI while expanding human-centric value delivery, not just those who maintain traditional task execution. Knowledge sharing, create communities where workers exchange effective human-AI collaboration patterns, accelerating learning across the organization. Social safety net, innovation and income security when displacement exceeds internal redeployment capacity. Organizations and societies confront questions about income security for workers whose labor the market no longer values at livable wages. Various safety net models have emerged, each with distinct implications for individual agency, social cohesion, and political sustainability. Universal Basic Income, UBI, experiments provide relevant evidence. Finland's 2-year trial gave 2,000 unemployed individuals €560 monthly with no conditions. Kangas et al. 2020. Recipients reported improved well-being, reduced stress, and greater trust in institutions compared to traditional unemployment insurance recipients. However, employment rates did not increase, challenging claims that unconditional income enables entrepreneurship. Critics note the modest payment level and limited duration may not reflect permanent UBI effects. While supporters argue well-being improvements justify the policy regardless of employment impacts. Stockton, California's guaranteed income demonstration offered $500 monthly to 125 low-income residents for 24 months, West et al. 2021. Recipients showed decreased income volatility, reduced depression and anxiety, and increased full-time employment, contrary to predictions that guaranteed income would reduce work effort. Recipients reported using income stability to search for better jobs rather than accepting first available positions, suggesting guaranteed income may improve job matching. Generalizability remains uncertain given small scale and selected participants. Alaska's Permanent Fund dividend distributes annual payments, $1,000-2,000, from all revenue to all residents, representing the longest-running income guarantee, Jones and Marinescu. 2022. Research finds no reduction in employment, modest increases in part-time work, and shifts from employment to entrepreneurship. Public support remains strong across political spectrum, suggesting resource-funded dividends may face less political resistance than tax-funded transfers. However, Alaska's unique resource wealth limits applicability elsewhere. Job guarantee programs offer an alternative model. Argentina's HEIFES program employed 2 million workers during economic crisis, providing guaranteed public employment at minimum wage, Geneva. 2020. Evaluations found program employment reduced poverty and provided income stability, though concerns emerged about job quality, skill development, and political manipulation of work assignments. The model preserves employment-based identity and social connection but risks creating stigmatized make work positions if not carefully designed. European flexicurity models combine unemployment insurance, active labor market policies, and flexible employment regulations. Denmark provides up to 2 years of generous unemployment benefits combined with mandatory participation in training and job search assistance, Anderson and Sverre. 2007. This maintains income security while investing in re-employment capacity. Outcomes show shorter unemployment duration and higher re-employment wages than either minimal safety nets or unconditional income, though high costs and cultural factors may limit transferability. And income tax credits expand low-wage workers' income through tax system supplements, effectively subsidizing employment. US EITC evidence shows increased labor force participation, particularly among single mothers, and poverty reduction without reducing work effort, Hoynes and Rothstein. 2017. However, the model addresses only low-wage employment, not technological unemployment, and may subsidize employers paying substandard wages. Considerations for safety net design, *sufficiency*. Payments must enable decent living standards to prevent poverty and health deterioration, not just minimal survival. Universality vs. Targeting *. Universal payments avoid stigma and administrative complexity but cost more. Targeted programs concentrate resources on need but create bureaucracy and potential exclusion errors. Conditionality *. Requiring work search or training participation may encourage re-employment but risks punitive administration and ignores care work and other valuable unpaid activities. Portability *. Benefits should not depend on specific employer relationships. Enabling mobility and entrepreneurship. Community connection *. Programs should facilitate social participation and contribution opportunities, not just financial transfers. Political sustainability *. Design must maintain broad public support across economic conditions and political cycles. suggesting transparent funding and visible social contribution ## building long-term organizational and societal adaptive capacity ## psychological contract recalibration and purpose. Redefinition the traditional employment relationship, exchanging loyalty and effort for income security and advancement, faces fundamental disruption when technological change makes specific skills and roles obsolete at accelerating rates. Rousseau. 1995. Organizations and societies must renegotiate the implicit contract between workers, employers, and the state to reflect new realities while preserving commitment and social cohesion. Historically, the psychological contract included expectations of long-term employment, predictable career progression, and employer investment in worker development. Shine. 1980. Automation undermines all three. Long-term employment becomes implausible when roles disappear within years. Career progression becomes nonlinear as traditional ladders collapse. And employer training investment diminishes when skills rapidly obsolete. This broken contract generates cynicism, reduced effort, and withdrawal from organizational commitment. Suozzo et al. 2009. Emerging alternative contracts acknowledge mutual adaptation. Rather than promising employment security, organizations increasingly offer employability security, continuous skill development, project-based experience, and network access that maintain worker marketability regardless of whether specific roles persist. Grattan and Goschel. 2003. This shifts risk from employer to employee but provides capabilities rather than false promises. Some organizations frame employment as mutual learning partnerships. Pixar explicitly hires for learning capacity rather than existing skills, expecting both employee and organization to evolve together. Catmull and Wallace. 2014. This contract exchanges employee growth mindset and adaptation willingness for employer investment in development and tolerance for experimentation. When technological change occurs, both parties expect role transformation rather than displacement. Purpose-driven contracts offer another model. Patagonia's employment relationship centers on environmental mission rather than specific job tasks. Chenard et al. 2011. Employees commit to organizational purpose. The organization commits to pursuing that purpose, including redeploying employees as methods change. This creates stability through mission continuity even as roles transform. Preserving meaning when task content shifts. Societal-level contract renegotiation proves more difficult. Historically, citizens exchanged political consent and tax compliance for government provision of education, infrastructure, and safety net enabling stable employment. Marshall. 1950. When labor markets can no longer provide livable wages for significant populations, this contract faces strain. Why comply with a system that doesn't deliver promised opportunity? Potential new societal contracts might exchange citizen compliance for guaranteed income and meaningful participation opportunities, decoupling basic security from employment while maintaining social contribution. Standing. 2011. Alternatively, contracts might emphasize continuous education rights and career transition support rather than employment guarantees. Nussbaum. 2011. These remain contested and culturally variable. U.S. employment-centered identity differs markedly from European social solidarity models. Key elements of recalibrated contracts. Transparency about impermanence. Honestly acknowledge that specific roles and skills may not persist. Rather than offering false security. Reciprocal development investment. Commit to continuous learning and capability building as core organizational and governmental responsibility. Flexibility with dignity. Enable role changes and career transitions without stigma or status loss. Purpose beyond tasks. Connect work to larger missions that transcend specific activities. Preserving meaning when tasks change. Voice and agency. involve workers in shaping change rather than imposing change on them. Maintaining sense of control, shared risk, distribute transition costs between individuals, employers, and society rather than concentrating on displaced workers. Distributed AI literacy and capability building. Avoiding workforce bifurcation requires widespread capacity to work effectively with AI, rather than concentrating such capability among narrow elites. This demands educational transformation from childhood through working adulthood, emphasizing not just technical skills but judgment about when and how to employ AI capabilities. Brynjolfsson and McAfee. 2014. Foundational AI literacy should become universal, similar to basic numeracy and literacy. This includes understanding what AI can and cannot do, recognizing algorithmic outputs as probabilistic predictions rather than certainties, identifying bias and limitation sources, and knowing when human judgment should override machine recommendations. Long and McGurko. 2020. Current educational systems rarely address these competencies systematically. MIT's AI Literacy Initiative demonstrates scalable approaches. The university developed modules teaching middle school students to critically evaluate AI applications, understand training data's role in shaping AI behavior, and consider ethical implications. Turetsky et al. 2019. Early assessment shows students can grasp core concepts and apply critical thinking to AI systems they encounter, suggesting literacy is achievable at scale rather than requiring specialized technical background. Professional development programs illustrate adult capability building. LinkedIn Learning's AI skills courses reached millions of working professionals, teaching both technical implementation and strategic deployment of AI tools. LinkedIn. 2023. While completion rates and application effectiveness require further study, the scale demonstrates demand and technical feasibility of mass reskilling. Community colleges offer accessible pathways for mid-career transitions. Houston Community College's AI Technician program trains students from diverse backgrounds in AI system operation, monitoring and basic troubleshooting, roles requiring less advanced mathematics than AI development but offering viable employment as AI adoption expands. American Association of Community Colleges. 2022. This demonstrates that AI-adjacent work need not require elite technical credentials. Effective capability building extends beyond technical skills to judgment and collaboration. Critical evaluation. Assess when AI recommendations should be followed versus when human judgment, ethics or context warrant override. Prompt engineering. Effectively communicate with AI systems to obtain useful outputs. Analogous to learning to frame good questions. Output refinement. Iteratively improve AI-generated content through human editing and direction rather than accepting first outputs. Integration design. Identify which tasks in a workflow should involve AI, which should remain human, and how to sequence them. Bias detection. Recognize when AI outputs reflect training data biases or inappropriate generalizations requiring human correction. Failure anticipation. Understand AI limitation modes and maintain backup human capability when systems fail. Ethical reasoning. Apply judgment about appropriate AI use in contexts involving privacy, fairness, transparency, and human dignity. Educational system transformation requires curriculum integration. Embed AI literacy across subjects rather than isolating it in computer science. Showing applications in diverse domains. Teacher development. Prepare educators to teach AI concepts and model effective human-AI collaboration. Not just deploy educational technology. Hands-on experience. Provide students opportunities to work with AI tools. Make errors and refine approaches through practice. Socio-technical framing. Teach AI as embedded in social systems with political, Economic and ethical dimensions, not just technical artifacts. Continuous updating. Build mechanisms for curriculum evolution as AI capabilities change. Avoiding obsolescence. Institutional innovation for meaning and belonging beyond employment if substantial populations face prolonged disconnection from traditional employment. Societies must develop alternative sources of meaning. Social connection, temporal structure, and identity, functions historically provided by work. Jehoda. 1982. This requires institutional innovation rather than assuming displaced workers will independently construct meaningful lives. Historical precedent offers limited guidance. Previous technological transitions displaced workers into new industries. Maintaining employment-based social organization, Author. 2015. The closest analogues, mass unemployment during the Great Depression, generated social disintegration and political extremism rather than new meaning structures, Eaching Green. 2015. Post-WWI expansion of higher education and delayed workforce entry suggests possibilities for productive non-employment. But extended youth education differs from midlife displacement. National service programs illustrate one model. AmeriCorps provides living stipends for Americans performing community service in education, environment, and disaster relief, offering purposeful activity, skill development, and social connection outside traditional employment, Frumkin et al. 2009. Participants report high satisfaction and develop capabilities applicable to subsequent careers, though modest stipends prevent long-term participation. Scaled national service could absorb displaced workers in socially valuable activity while maintaining contribution identity. Care economy expansion offers another path. Demographics create rising demand for child care, elder care, and disability support, work that's difficult to automate and intrinsically meaningful, England et al. 2002. Current low wages and poor working conditions reflect undervaluation, not fundamental characteristics. Policy could professionalize care work through training, credentialing, and compensation standards, creating quality employment from current precarious positions. This addresses both technological displacement and care provision gaps. Creative and cultural production may expand as automation frees resources. Historically, only elites pursued arts and cultural activities as primary occupation, Baumol and Bowen. 1966. Broader access to guaranteed income could enable more people to pursue creative work, with quality filtering through audience engagement rather than market gatekeeping. While only some would achieve commercial success, the activity itself provides purpose and meaning independent of income. Community organizing and civic participation represent additional meaning sources. Time use research shows employed people spend far less time on community activities than desired, Putnam. 2000. Guaranteed income could enable expanded participation in local governance, voluntary associations, and community improvement, revitalizing civic infrastructure while providing purpose. However, this requires active recruitment and organization. Simply having free time doesn't automatically generate participation. Lifelong learning can constitute meaningful activity rather than just employment preparation. Many people express interest in pursuing education for intrinsic value, understanding history, learning languages, studying philosophy, constrained by employment demands, Schuetz and Slowey. 2012. Accessible higher education combined with income security could enable learning as core life activity. This requires reorienting educational institutions from credentialing toward intellectual community. Institutional supports for non-employment meaning, structural organization create institutions that organize activity, provide social connection, and offer temporal structure similar to employment, status recognition develop social prestige systems valuing contributions in care, creativity, civic participation, and learning, not just paid employment, skill development ensure activities build capabilities and provide growth rather than pure consumption. Addressing human need for mastery, community connection design activities fostering relationships and belonging rather than isolated individual pursuits. Contribution visibility makes social value of activities apparent to participants and wider community. Providing sense of usefulness, agency preservation allow choice among activities rather than assignment. Maintaining autonomy and personal direction, resource provision supply funding. Space, tools, and coordination enabling activities rather than expecting individuals to self-organize everything. Conclusion predictions of a fully workless society within 20 years dramatically overstate likely automation impacts while understating the challenge of managing partial displacement. The evidence suggests not universal obsolescence but selective hollowing. Routine cognitive tasks face high displacement risk while human essential services, embodied work and AI-augmented professional roles persist or expand. This creates a bifurcation threat more severe than total automation, a society divided between AI-augmented superworkers, human service providers in undervalued roles, and a potentially marginalized middle tier whose skills lose market value.